Call me in the north.
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Councilwoman Schott.
Heavenly Father, we come to you with humble hearts, and we ask that you give us the wisdom as we make decisions that affect our community. We ask you to bless our community and all of our residents. We ask you to protect our employees, police officers, and first responders, and we thank the members of the military, both past and present, and ask that you keep them safe. We also pray that we will always be aware of your presence in everything that we do. In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen.
Amen. Mr. McKinney will not be here tonight due to his death.
Motion to excuse him.
Second.
Bennett,
Yes.
Fair,
Yes.
Richards,
Yes.
Bailey,
Yes.
and Schott.
Yes.
All right, minutes.
Make a motion.
Second.
Bennett,
Yes.
Fair,
Abstain.
Richards,
Yes.
Bailey,
Yes.
and Schott.
Yes.
Bills.
Motion for the bills.
Bennett,
Yes.
Fair,
Yes.
Richards,
Yes.
Bailey,
Yes.
and Schott.
Yes.
Hourly workers' time report. Yeah.
Did I give you one?
I don't see that.
I got it, but I'll give it to him next time.
Yes. Well, it looks like you're up. Clerk treasurer report.
How about fireman's time?
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, fireman's time, that'll be good.
I have a question on fireman's time, but since the chief's not here, we probably can't answer, but
The unknown one?
yes.
I was wondering about that too.
Oh, okay. Actually, when they go through and fill these out, they check boxes, whether it was like, and they said it was an ambulance call, so I have that. And then below it, it has Beach City, Brewster, Wilmot, and it lists Sugar Creek Township, and someone forgot to check the box below it.
Gotcha.
That's why I didn't know where it was.
So it wasn't the fire department didn't
Yeah, they went
know
out.
where it was?
Yes.
That was the confusing part.
Yes,
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
I couldn't tell you where they went, because I did not know.
Make a motion. for fireman's time.
Second.
Bennett,
Yes.
Fair,
Yes.
Richards,
Yes.
Bailey,
Yes.
and Schott.
Yes.
Okay. Now clerk treasurer's report.
I gave each of you a copy of a donation slip that came in today. This is the second year in a row from Fairless High School regarding the Fairless Mother's Day 5K walk run. The money goes to, I believe, the Fairless alumni and the Fairless Helping Fairless groups. And I just wanted you to see it. I didn't know if you wanted to donate any money. They also sent a form, it was on the back of it, maybe I made it, for the different types of sponsors that they offer.
I did move for that last year. I used to, we sponsor a lot of things.
Okay?
What, let's say, what's your up to you?
Do you remember getting?
No, we did not sponsor it last year. No, we didn't. I know that. I have a invoice in front of me. It's from PC Repair. It's the gentleman that does all our computer work. He did a service call. He supplied a 4 gig memory board, and he did 3.5 labor hours, plus he refurbished a used computer, installed Windows 10 on it. Total amount of the bill came to $379.75, and that was a donation to the village. That equipment went back in that back room where he connects, when he goes online to check our network. The computer back there was really in bad shape, and to save us from buying something new, he donated this to us. In the past, we've donated stuff to him, so I want you to know that he does get back to us.
Nice.
Is the mayor gonna send him a nice little letter?
Did we write that up?
Okay. And the auditors are here. They started today. They were coming in around 8:45. The gentleman here, he's new, both auditors are new, same company, just different auditors. He hopes to be here this week, possibly some into next week, and everything else they finish will be done in their office. And he hopes to have everything accomplished and completed by sometime in April. So if you come in, you're in the back, as always, working in the back, and we provide them as much information as we can to just keep them working and keep them going.
So when they take everything to the office of, you can't, they don't
will
get a
not-
time drive.
They will not take our records to the office, our actual records. I've already copied some information on a computer, like a flash drive, and they've downloaded it onto their computer.
So actually, we already got a price about what it's gonna cost.
No, we don't have a price.
We don't.
You won't be till it's done, but normally the large audits are over $10,000.
So they can take that stuff to their place. We can't, there ain't no way we can check on ours.
That's what the state does. State goes over what they've done, and the
Okay,
state knows how long it's supposed to take them to do it.
that's good, then
They're
somebody
being
at
watched
least
by the
knows.
state of Ohio.
Okay,
And I have the last reading that we can pass tonight. It's the resolution 20-01. This will be our third reading, but when I was working on these figures last week, I discovered under the general fund, and I gave you each a copy, I got really generous under benefits in the general column. I had 41,000. I needed to change it to about 26 and move the rest of that money down into other accounts, because as I was starting to post it up and look at it, I was short money and I couldn't figure out why. Well, they just put too much above. So the bottom line stays the same, but there'll be a correction under general, under benefits and other accounts. And if we don't do it now, we'll be doing it in, 4 months maybe.
So we don't have to go through it all
Oh,
again.
no,
No.
Just
pass it
do
with
it
the
with the
amendment.
correction.
With the correction, so it'll be the third reading, a resolution making the permanent appropriations for current expenses and other expenditures of the Village of Beach City, State of Ohio during the fiscal year ending December 31st, 2020.
I'll make a motion to pass.
With correction.
Yeah.
Second.
Bennett,
Yes.
Thayer,
Yes.
Richards? Yes. Bailey?
Yes.
And Schott?
Yes.
Other than handing the work that you reviewed at your committee meeting, I gave the 3 documents to the solicitor. He's going to do resolutions for those. He will do a resolution for the public records, cash investments, and for the purchasing. Okay? And that's it.
All right. No, we don't have any visitors tonight. Any council complaints as to weather?
I'm complaining because we don't have any visitors.
I do have a couple things on the mayor note. On the fire department, the ambulance hit a deer the other night, Saturday night. They took that down to Liberty Ford.
They picked it up today, we
Right.
did, took it up.
Right, and the brakes are done on, what was it, the one with the brakes, well, anyway, it was like 1,400, they went a little bit higher than what they thought. It was in the last 2 weeks' minutes.
It's rescue 133.
138, yeah.
That down at Paul,
The thing that, yeah, down
Dover
Dover
Brake?
Brake.
Okay.
And then the cot that they ordered, they'll be here tomorrow. So they're gonna bring that in tomorrow. That'll go in the new one too, it was the newer ambulance that got
Oh, my.
hit. But they don't think it'll be real bad. One other thing. Hazel said that she would like to have a park committee meeting, and that would be Ms. Schott and Mr. Fair. So if you guys work that out.
Did you know what else you did to us? You put us on the building committee with Mr. payment as the chairs.
Oh, yeah, I did.
It's not getting a
Now, we're
reward.
gonna have to hear about that.
We heard about it last time.
Why don't nobody want to roof?
I hear about it all the time.
Yeah.
It's priority is what it is. I mean, seriously, that's what it is, priority. It's not a high priority, nothing's leaking right now. And I understand.
May I ask a question?
Yes, ma'am.
When would Hazel like to have it?
Well, that's what I was gonna say.
Oh, okay.
Whatever would be feasible to everybody.
And you're the chair,
I would
so.
like to have it next week. And if that would be good enough, we could consistent.
What's your best day, Gene? Because you go to the doctor all the time.
Next week, I think I'm free all week long.
I thought it was me.
Not flexible.
Yeah, I mean,
No, you don't have to be here.
Oh, okay.
Or,
Oh, okay.
yeah, it's just a 3.
Okay.
I mean, Miss Richter, sorry.
Not that you couldn't be here, but you can't talk.
Yeah, right, exactly.
One thing I will say,
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
week
one
doesn't
I actually
work.
signed for the clock today, they brought it early, so it's here
One
now.
at evening?
Oh, it is?
It showed up here at about, I think, 3, so
We could do
Okay,
it
the-
6 to 7.
it's been delivered and signed
Yep,
for.
the cot is here.
What are you thinking, Jean? Actually, this week in the evening, I thought I could do it, it's just during the day I can't.
Which day?
And,
Yeah, because I do my Dimsey this Thursday, so next week I'm off. With doctors, I have no dates.
That's good.
Want to do it tomorrow evening?
Monday?
tomorrow evening, I think he said next week would be better for him, because he
Yeah.
doesn't
Oh,
have
okay.
doctor appointments.
Okay.
What about Monday evening next week?
6 o'clock?
Monday evening, 6?
Okay, Monday the 24th.
You could come, but you just ain't allowed to say nothing because you got 1 or 2 people.
We have a quorum. We would just start passing laws.
But you can learn a lot that way.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
used to sit in on a lot of them.
That's 24, 6.
That's all I got. So, Chief Guy, please.
Well, here is my monthly report to you guys. We are, so far year to date, we are up 30 calls from last year. I don't really have anything tonight, everything's going good, running smooth.
You're up 30 calls already?
Up 30 calls from last year, right up, we reached.
Oh, from what it was last.
From where we were last year. Yep. From one of these. I changed the ink in my printer so you guys get the blue.
Looks nice.
Blue on the top.
I thought maybe it was a gender statement.
Blue sky.
No, I'll have to get that for you, I don't have that right off. Our police car, our new police car is built. It's going through inspection. And I'm hoping it'll be here next week. I did have someone take pictures of it for me while it's at the shop, if anyone wants to see it. So. see if I can get-
And where is it at?
It's in Van Wert, Ohio.
Tonight?
Yeah, you should have been.
Now that it's in, and I have an approximate cost that I can go through and finish the loan papers with Alpha Creek Bank, which you will have to sign once we get it done.
I'll be here tomorrow.
Somewhere down the line, I'd like to see a building, 2-stall building, long enough for all the cruisers to put in. No doors, just a full building to start with someday. Instead of sitting outside. Just an idea.
But it's gotta go through its final inspections and final, they'll take it to the dealership one more time to have all the, recalls, if there's any recalls done and taken care of, and then fingers crossed it'll be here next week. I was hoping to be here this week, but I'm thinking from what I'm seeing on their delivery schedule, will be next week sometime, but,
And who did the decals again?
it's a place called Auto Trim from Michigan. They're
Okay.
In North Michigan.
I was thinking some of our guys were involved in that, but I must be thinking of something.
What are you gonna do with the older cars?
The silver car, so the SUV is the other one we got that works fine. The black car, black and white car, Wilmot's. Wilmot is applying for a USDA, hopefully applying for a USDA grant/loan this year to replace one of their cars, either this year or the beginning of next year. But they've already started the process to get a new car on their end. But the silver car, I honestly would like to, after we're done, we're using it for parts, or any parts right now, we haven't got the approval, any parts that we might need for the other two Crown Vics, that we could just take them up there, but I wouldn't mind taking, I told the fire department I want to take it over there, put it on the roof and let them use it for training and scrap it. Unless you guys have a better idea, but.
It's probably not worth that much anyway, but.
Yeah, it's got blown
One
water.
head gas.
Yeah. So I'm thinking, why not put a police car on the roof? Let them use it for training. So,
What roof are you talking about?
the roof of the car, we're gonna flip it over. I told them if they want to use it
Oh,
for
okay,
training, they
roof
can put
of
it
the
on
car.
the roof.
Yeah,
Yeah, no, we're not.
the car-
We're not
the
putting
car's
that.
not getting a new roof.
No, the car's not getting a new roof or anything. I want it on the roof.
Oh, I thought he was gonna put it on the roof of the fire station.
I did too.
So it's gonna be used at the fire department for training hopefully, and then we'll scrap it out from there. But I'm gonna try to use whatever parts are salvageable off of it, and then let them play.
Yeah,
with
you
it.
ain't gonna get no money out of it.
500 tops, if
Yep.
we're lucky. It's better let them train on it unless you guys want it somewhere else. But other than that, that's all I have.
Mr. Water.
All right, I got a few things. First and foremost, I'll kind of go down the list here. We had a 2020 Stark County Municipal Road Fund application. That's been filed with the county, so I'll be hearing back from them sometime soon, seeing what type of funds we can get to possibly look at paving roads. Our Quicksall engineering contract is done, so now I can start working with them on things if I would ever need them. And I actually used them for the completion of the Stark County Municipal Road Fund. The other thing is Canton Water Agreement's been done, that's been submitted, we're kind of just waiting for Canton to get back to us on that. I believe Councilman Bennett brought forward, there's a Ohio Department of Transportation is looking at now funding 100% cost for projects related to safety. And I've already reached out to, it shows on here you can apply for it, but you really can't. You gotta get a hold of your district representative and start the application process. They accept applications twice a year from April 30th and also on September 30th. So I've already reached out to our district director here for Stark County. So he should be getting back to me on a timeline for that to see where we can go and what we can do. As well, I've been looking at, there's an ODNR recreational grant. It's a 75% grant. I haven't applied for it yet, but I'm probably going to. And that would be used primarily for anything we want to do with the park. If we want to update the park, get new things like that, it's 75-25, which is pretty good. You don't see many of those percentages on grants anymore. Aside from that, I also have Stark Regional Planning Committee is having their annual dinner and meeting. It's at Skyland Pines. I filled out the application so far. This would be for me and John to go. The headline speaker is actually a guy who's in charge of, you've spoken with him before, right, Smart? He's in charge of Stark Economic Developmental Board, so he's the speaker. That was the one thing I wanted to do. The cost for that is $56 for me and John to go. I would need approval on that.
Make a motion. Second.
Other than that, this past Friday, I had Pump Systems here
Just a
looking.
minute, Greg.
Oh, sorry.
Bennett,
Yes.
Thayer,
Yes.
Richards,
Yes.
Bailey.
Yes.
And Chuck.
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay.
And other than that, the only thing I got, with that ODOT grant for safety things, that covers 100%, I also provided that guy with our 2018 traffic study for 93 and 212, and also Main Street and 212, because those are primarily the two intersections that would probably be addressed with that grant or with grant money, and it's no cost to us, so it's worth looking into. So the ball's already rolling on that. The only other thing I have, Pump Systems for our County One lift station. They're basically a distributor. They were here on Friday, and myself and Lonnie and their representative went out there and looked at our pump system. I'm waiting to get quotes back from that, and I also gotta get them to the insurance company for at least 3 sources because of the fact that it's such a high cost item. But other than that, everything else is moving pretty smoothly.
Did you get a hold of this before and ask them when they might be finishing the bridge
For out here on the viaduct,
on 212?
yeah, I can call them and see when if they got a timeline for
I
it.
mean, those sidewalks?
Sidewalks,
Yeah,
I mean, they did underneath, but never finished the job.
On 93 and 212, which way they gotta stop the traffic?
That would be up to, that's way down the road. It would be kind of one of those things to where they would have to look at the results of the traffic study, get engineers involved, see how much traffic goes which way. So it could possibly be that there would just be a caution light there or something. That would have to be in the future, but they've already got everything they need from us, for us to start the timeline of if they want to do work or put new lights in, new signals, new whatever, be paid for by ODOT. So that would be in the future with them. That would probably be up to them, and as far as how they would think the safest route would be to go. I don't know that we'd really have too much of a say in that.
They did a traffic stop at that place a long time ago. That's frequently never got nothing.
Well, what Mr. Romer's trying to do for us, him and our state senator, can't remember what her name is, but they're both working on trying, I explained this to Mr. Romer, he got it down right. We're trying to get this light moved up there and then make this one down here just a two-way stop, just Main Street, make it stop. So that 93 just, because we don't have that much traffic here. It's so stupid to me that we have a light here and they don't want to move it there. When it should have actually been moved when they built the road, when they changed the road, because it's actually supposed to be on 212.
Council had their right to be able to do that, but they changed their mind because there ain't enough circumference up that intersection to get trucks around, that you don't have to stop them 50 to 100 feet back from the intersection so somebody can get around the corner. That's the reason why it's never done.
They can just go down to 21 and get on there if that's what they want to do. They don't need to go through town anyway.
Yeah, but
As far as I'm concerned, because of the house, we have so many wrecks there, it's so.
I've wrecked there, I know.
I know, it's not good, and I think it makes more sense to have, but I sent everything to them. This has been going on since 1985. The school superintendent sent them stuff, the village, they had 104 signatures that were sent down there. I had a letter, I think it was in 1999, tried to get it, and they won't, but they're trying. They're gonna try, see what they can do. We gotta do something. Debbie, you got here there too, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
When I go past, I look up and down, put my hand on the horn, and I get ready for them. The woman that got me, she was looking right at me
Well,
and pulled right out in front of me. All be quiet,
She's probably
John.
trying to kill us.
okay, Debbie, you all you got here, right?
That's all I got.
What have you been doing for 2 days? All right, solicitor.
Just as the village administrator said, I did send the contract off to Canton, so we should hear back. I suspect there'll be changes that I'll have to bring back to council and also review with Greg. So I don't think it's going to happen real quick, just because once they propose changes, we'll have to look at those and maybe either accept or reject those. Another thing I just thought I'd briefly tell council about is, as you probably know, Stark County is engaged in the opioid litigation, which has been going on. We filed our suit in, I want to say early 19, it was either late 18 or early 19. And last Tuesday, there was, on rather short notice, a meeting called in Columbus by the governor and the attorney general, as well as lead counsel for the plaintiffs in the litigation, to discuss a statewide solution to possibly settling, to negotiating as one and then potentially settling as one. If the proposal were to go through, then as it's currently proposed, which it's not final, it would be a 30% cut would go to each and every political subdivision in the state of Ohio. So that would mean the county would be one of those, that means the townships would be one of those, and villages like Beach City would also be one of those.
The Madison paper had this in.
They did?
We would get $5,900 for here. Wilmot would get $22,000. We just haven't figured that out yet.
Well, Yeah, and there's other villages that are about half the population of Beach City that I saw at like 13,000. So they didn't go into detail about how they arrived at the numbers. We couldn't even get a copy of them. They just had them printed and posted outside in one of the rooms. And the number also assumes a $1 billion aggregate settlement amount. So that's to
I
say.
told
it's-
Debbie, I said, what happened, they got to Wilmot, they had money left over, and Wilmot was the last one, so they just gave them what was left over.
Yeah, they didn't go into detail as to how they arrived at the numbers. They also didn't give details to how you would achieve critical mass. You know, if you guys aren't at the meeting, and other villages presumably aren't even aware of it, how do they then suddenly agree so that we're all negotiating as one? I don't know the answer to it outside of potential legislation where the legislature would pass a law saying, we have the ability to do this. But it is out there, and the numbers that they have were based on, like I said, $1 billion was the assumed settlement amount. Yeah, just so you know, there's a chance that it could come before council, and if it did, you know, there may be money that comes in. I don't think it's gonna be significant, but,
And in Wilmot, they only have like 300 people, and that averages out to 22,000.
was it, is
And
that,
we'd be like
You got the copy of the
$5.
paper yet,
It doesn't make a lot of
Debbie?
sense.
We'd be like $5.90 a per.
I wanna
per
see,
resident.
and I actually have some pictures of the, because we couldn't take them with us. I'm gonna see if I have Wilmot.
Oh,
Yeah,
awesome.
Wilmot was in at 22,000.
It's amazing, isn't it?
Crazy.
Yeah, and other villages with half as many people I know have 13,000.
But that ain't good usage, would it?
Well, they said it was tied to the impact, which I took to be population and doses. So if they could find out where the doses were being given out relative to the population, that would be how they arrive at a number. But even so, if there's 300 people in Wilmot, yeah, you'd need a lot of doses for that. So I don't.
And you could say that's a happy village.
Well, yeah, well, and arguably for a period of the time, Beach City was providing police, which would be the most direct cost impact, police and fire. Do they have their own fire? Okay. Police and fire would be the most direct impact for a village. And then at the county level, you'd have like mental health, addiction, recovery, things like that. So just something I thought I'd bring up so you know it's out there. If there's any other updates that come along, I'll let you guys know. And other than that, I don't have anything.
Thank you. Anything else?